Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. This is actually an unexpected video that I'm doing, but today I want to talk to you guys about how I need to slow down because I keep making mistakes. Let me get right into it. Before I get into some of the mistakes that I've recently made and what I'm going to do about it, I am going to start off with a story because the story is from when I was a young girl and it is relevant to today's topic. So let me share something. When I was in school and we were in a class, I remember one of our teachers, I think it was 4th grade if I'm not mistaken, she handed us each a quiz or a test. And she said, this is a timed test. It doesn't matter what your answers are. You're not being graded on this. But before you begin, please read the instructions. And so, and don't pay attention to what anybody else is doing in the classroom and just, keep on with the test. And it was all sorts of simple questions. I don't remember what they were, but it wasn't questions that were difficult. It might have been, what color is the sky today? Things like that. And so here I am answering all these questions, trying to hurry and rush to see if I can answer them all before the time. Well, I couldn't. Well, I noticed some of the kids answered just a couple questions and they turned their paper over. At the end of the class, or at the end of the test, she said, okay, everybody, what I want you to do now is don't look at any of the answers to your questions. I want you to go read the instructions and read them carefully and slowly. Or I think we read them out loud. Well, we all did. The instructions said, please only answer question number 1, 2, and 3. Don't answer any of the other questions and turn your paper over when you're done. Do you know, out of a classroom, I don't remember how many kids, I think 22 to 24 kids, I think there were only 2 kids that actually followed instructions and turned the paper over and followed those. No, I was not one of those 2 kids, and that's why I'm doing this video today. I have to tell you, and it's not anyone's fault. I'm putting the responsibility of this on myself. I feel frantic and rushed all the time. I feel like I rush through things a lot, whether it's a phone call, whether it's writing something out, whether it's my work, whether it could be anything. I feel like I move at a frantic pace. I'm not actually sure why I do that, but I'm going to tell you some mistakes that I made this week, and then I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do going forward. One of the first things, and I almost made it, but I caught myself, we had to do a bunch of errands, and I was going to have to go to the bank. One of the companies that I do some work for sends me a check. As I was almost out the door, I said, I forgot the check that I got. I need to go back and get it. So it was because I was rushing, okay, and trying to do so many things at once. I can be on the way to do a task, whatever that is, say get a check or, pack up my bag for the day that I'm going to go do errands. And I'll be like, oh, I forgot, I got to go make a phone call really quick. And then I'll be in the middle of a task and then I'll run off. So it's kind of like you wouldn't want to go grocery shopping with me because I'll be like, oh, I got to go over here. Oh, I forgot something over there. And I'm like, woo, all over the place. And so that's kind of what I can be like sometimes. So that is one example. Number 2, I had to fill out some important paperwork for something, which I will tell you guys about that later, but I'm going to do a separate video on this, and you'll find out why when I do it, because it all has to go together. But it's a very interesting story. And I made a lot of mistakes on the paperwork. It was something I printed off at home. I was so proud of myself for being prepared and bringing the paperwork ahead. I made tons of mistakes and had to make a lot of initials. Why? Because I didn't read the complete sentences. I just rushed through and made an assumption of what the sentence made. I made a lot of mistakes. So that caused more time. Number 3, when I went to go vote, I know I'm supposed to bring a voter registration card and an ID. I forgot my ID. We walked there, which was great exercise, by the way, on the 1st of the month. But then we had to walk all the way back and then walk again. And so I just, that was kind of a pain. But I do have to tell you something funny I did. When we got there the second time, as we were about to walk in the door, I said, oh no, I forgot my ID again. And you should have seen my husband's expression. I said, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so that was another thing. Another big thing is when I write emails or sometimes letters or text messages. I don't check my spelling a lot because I'm rushing. And there's times where I've written words that I didn't mean to write. Some of them not maybe appropriate because I wasn't watching my spelling. Sometimes I come off unprofessional because I'm rushing. And I think the reason why this happens is because a lot of times there's so much in the background going on. Like, you know, today while I'm trying to do something, at the same time my home phone and my cell phone are ringing, or I'm getting text messages at the same time a phone call's coming in, and there's a lot of background stuff going on, and I could be on my cell phone and forgot to turn off my home phone, and someone's leaving a long message on my home phone. That's just an example. But there's so much going on in the background that I'm feeling constantly distracted. So that's part of the thing. So one of the things I'm going to do about this is, number one, I'm going to be unplugging my phones a lot more, especially if I really need to concentrate. Like if I need to get ready to do some errands and I need to bring certain things, I'm going to make sure all my phones are turned off and only do that thing. And if I even have to write out a list of everything I need to bring with me, whatever I need to do, and just take it slow and steady. So I'm going to keep my phone unplugged, which brings me to number two, which I just mentioned. Even though I think I don't multitask, I am multitasking because I'm trying to do several things at once. Like I might be on the phone while I'm trying to pack my bag, and then I forget things. I can talk on the phone with folks, but it can only be during simple tasks, such as some house cleaning and things like that. I can't be on the phone while I'm trying to do something that requires any kind of concentration. If it's something easy like folding laundry, I can do it. So quit multitasking, keep the phone unplugged, and then and then also number three, maybe breaking whatever down into a mini task and break it down further, even if I need to write it down so that I know what I'm doing. And number four, write down an order of what I need to do, so make sure it's in order. And then another thing is, when I'm writing out emails or text messages, after I write it, before pushing send, go back and look to see what I wrote and rewrite it. Now, all of these things are going to take more time. It's not that I don't have the time, it's just that I'm rushing, and then because of that, I'm making mistakes. And sometimes we might make a big mistake. Now, some of these mistakes I made didn't cause any harm, maybe just some extra time, but I could make a big mistake sometime where it could cause harm. Let me know if any of you ever rush through something and you make a mistake. For example, and I'm just going to leave you with this, I hear some of the grocery stores actually time their cashiers to get people through the line. Well, I feel like because everybody's rushing all the time, mistakes get made. In many ways, I feel like we should all just slow down, do one thing at a time, and I think in the end, we're going to be more successful and get more done right, because if we make a lot of mistakes and we have to redo it anyway, it's going to cost us more time, aggravation, more time, and maybe even more money. So let me know what you guys think. I know it went over the 5 minutes, but for me, I felt like I really wanted to talk to you guys about this. Before signing off, I'm going to do one shout out to a brand new YouTube channel that came up on my suggested feed. I'm going to link her below, Simply Rebecca G. She's a new budgeting channel. She only has a little bit of subscribers so far, but she just started out. She's lovely. She's got a lot of really good content. And in her introductory video, she talked about stepping outside your comfort zone. If you would do me a favor, if you're interested, go check out any of her videos. Let her know Money Mom sent you. It's all about supporting each other. That's all I have to say for now. Let me know if any of you are the same way, if any of these things I'm talking about today resonate with you. I'd like to know in the comments below. That's all for now. I love you. I appreciate you. And like always, I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.